I broke 2 rules. I don't want to say I failed. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for my weekly low buy check-in. If you're curious about what's going on, there is a series, so link is below to catch up. I'm currently on a $100 weekly budget, but everything rolls over, and so far I've been so good until this week. The reason this week kind of sucked, even though I didn't go over my budget, I broke 2 rules that I've been really good about not breaking. So in essence, I don't want to say I failed. I'm gonna look positively at this, and I did not fail. This is my budget from April 27th through May 3rd, week 5 budget. I had $330.84 starting off with the week. Basically money rolled over. Now this doesn't include my bills, all that stuff I talked about in the first quarter of the year. It's kind of like extra spending, like anything that stuff I want on my wish list, anything that comes up like eating out with friends, presents for friends, things like that. It's not a necessity for a living expense. ArcLight Theater is $15, which is totally okay to spend on my budget. And I was really excited because I forgot that for my birthday, they give you a free ticket. I only had to pay for Chris's ticket, and that was only $15. It's still really expensive to go see a movie these days, but I was so freaking excited because I was all ready to pay like $30 for tickets, and we went to go see Avengers Endgame. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I just have to say I was very emotional. I cried a couple times, and 11 years of my life wrapped up in 3 hours. Totally an okay thing to spend for us. It does have to come out of my budget, but less than I anticipated, so really winning there. Then I broke my rules. I spent $116.29 on Poshmark. $100 was actually what I spent at someone's closet. The rest of it was shipping and tax. Apparently we get taxed on Poshmark, which I didn't realize that, because that, when you buy used clothes, I didn't think you got taxed on it. And I broke multiple rules. One, I bought something that wasn't on my wish list because I didn't put it on my wish list. It's stuff that was like in my mind, but I didn't take the time to put it on my wish list and wait a week. Two, I bought stuff after my capsule wardrobe. And technically I'm not done with my capsule because I'm allowed to buy 1 more t-shirt and I'm allowed to buy bras. I'm still working on that. What got me in trouble is I was browsing Poshmark one night, and I was like, I really love Show Me Your Muumuu. I love the piece I got from my friend on her Poshmark account. I wear it all the time. It's like my farmer's market outfit. It's my weekend outfit when it's hot. And I wanted to go and get some Show Me Your Muumuu for summer. I bet you I could find this on Poshmark. So I started browsing, and I just searched Show Me Your Muumuu, and I started liking all the pieces I liked. And one closet reached out and said, hey, you liked like a bunch of my stuff, and I gave you a discount, so check it out. I replied back, I checked out her discount, and I said, thank you so much for giving me this discount. I really appreciate it. I know it's a good price. Unfortunately, I'm on a very strict budget, and I can only spend $100. I don't want to lowball you, and totally understand if you can't do it. And she's like, hey, I'm gonna honor your $100 because I just want to sell my stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, great. I'm assuming it's a she. I shouldn't assume. It could be a he. I didn't anticipate the shipping and the sales tax, but luckily I had money rolled over. So technically I didn't break my budget, because even though I spent $116.29, which is more than what my weekly budget is, I had a starting budget of $330.84. I am a little disappointed because I wasn't supposed to be shopping for clothes outside of my capsule, and I wasn't supposed to buy anything off of my wish list. But I talked it over with Chris once I did it, and here's something interesting. So when I did this, I was like, oh my gosh, what a great deal. This is awesome. It's also sustainable because I'm preventing it from ending up in the landfill. I got a great deal, because if you guys don't know about Show Me Your Muumuu, the pieces are ridiculously expensive. The other thing was, like, I noticed that I was hiding it from Chris, and he's never given me a hard time about spending money. He's always been of the mindset of like, whatever makes you happy, which is actually a bad mindset, because we really have to be better about telling me to stop spending money, but he's never been like, you need my permission or you can't spend. Like, he's never done that. But for whatever bizarre reason, I felt so bad and so like naughty that I didn't tell him about it. And so the package was at our PO box and I was like, we have to go pick it up, we have to go pick it up. And so he thought I was just picking up PR, and then he got like the boxes and packages, and I was like sorting through it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it didn't come. And then he's like, what are you looking for? I'm like, oh wait, never mind, I got it. And then he's like, what are you so like excited about? And I was like, okay. So I explained to him the whole situation on Poshmark and how like I spent $100, but it was really like a great deal and stuff. And I was telling him about it. He's like, I'm like, are you mad at me? And he's like, no, I'm not mad at you. And I'm like, I feel bad because I broke my rules. And he was like, honestly, I know you're gonna get so much use out of those pieces because you wear the one piece you have to death, and it was such a great deal that I'm not even sweating it. And I'm like, are you sure? Because we're also like, this last few weeks have been really stressful because when you freelance, you know money's coming in, but because of other people's circumstances or delayed payments or invoicing and accounting and all this stuff, sometimes money doesn't come in when it's supposed to. And then you kind of have to chase down checks, and then they'll be like, oh, oops, we forgot to fill out this form, or oops, we forgot to send your invoice over to accounting, or oh no, it should be on the way. It's not on the way. And you're just kind of like, I'm trying to run a business and pay all my bills. That is really why we are trying to build up separate emergency funds, because while we have personal savings, but it's definitely not a big enough buffer that I would like to be. I think like in general, the rule of thumb is to have 3 months of emergency funds for your living expenses for anybody, which I don't think a lot of people have. That's like the general rule for everybody. But I would say if you're freelancing, the rule really needs to be having 6 months to a full year of living expenses saved up for your personal emergency fund, plus a 3 to 6 month operating expenses for your business. So that's where we went wrong. We had savings and we didn't designate it as a separate like emergency fund, and we didn't build up a business emergency fund. That's where we really screwed up, are trying to fix it. It's just really frustrating, and at times it becomes really frustrating because when I have a video that's due, like it's due. Like I don't get to be late, and there's a few rare occasions where I'm like, hey, it'll be done by the end of day on Friday. And I'm always very communicative to Chris, who is supposed to tell the brands like when videos and things are done. That was kind of like a really stressful week, so I felt kind of guilty for spending more of my budget, even though my budget is separate and apart from bills and operating expenses. It's just one of those moments where I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I feel guilty about it, especially when like so many bills are due. Our 6-month car insurance is due, which is almost $2,000. Our rent was due this week, which is a couple $1,000s. And then, you know, just a lot of things were due, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's interesting like how I felt like hiding my order, but then when I told Chris, he was like very understandable and he knew why I did it. And I don't feel as guilty now that I like told him about it, and he was just like, no, don't feel guilty, it's fine. And in the scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal because it was still part of your budget. Because we have the business gets paid things, and then we pay ourselves, and then bills get paid. And there's like business bills, and then there's like personal bills, and then there's like, I don't know, it's so complicated, guys. I hope I'm doing somewhat of a good way of explaining things. If you watch our like what not to do in marriage for finances video, we talk a little bit about this, I think, but truly this was like a business financial mistake, was not having a separate built up cushion for just business operating expenses plus a separate personal one. Because what ended up happening a lot of times was during slow months, or when checks weren't coming in when they were supposed to, we would cushion the business with our personal savings, which kind of just mucked everything up. And then when the checks came in, the business had other expenses, and so we were covering that. And so it wasn't like where we had 3 to 6 months of a buffer. And when you start a business, sometimes you have the luxury of already having that, or sometimes you have to build it up. And I would say anytime you decide to go freelance or start a business, you might not have that luxury, especially if you're really bootstrapping it. And the more I talk to business owners and founders, the more I realize that we're not alone in this, but you do want to start putting a little percentage away every month so that you have a little bit of a buffer to move things around when shit hits the fan, because shit will hit the fan. Whether it's freelance, whether you're developing a product, any of that stuff. And then for everybody, like the rule of thumb, the more research I'm doing, the more it is prevalent that you should have a 3 to 6 month buffer for personal living expenses, for in case you get laid off, in case you get fired, in case you just got injured, got sick, or, you know, again, when shit hits the fan, because no matter how stable your job is, shit happens. When you're freelancing or working for yourself, I would even recommend 6 months to a year of living expenses saved up, because it gets very, very scary when you have a few slow months, which you're gonna have when you work for yourself. While we had personal savings, we didn't do the math and dedicate a separate emergency fund, which would have been nice to just have that emergency fund versus personal savings and not have it be like the same thing and be kind of mucky. Anyways, that's just my advice for those of you guys starting out in life or starting a business, or if you aren't doing anything and you're already like in a good position, then don't listen to me. Keep doing you. I'm gonna show you what I got. The first thing I got, which I actually think it should be part of my capsule wardrobe, because I don't have enough like just casual shirts, a lot of really casual tank tops. I have 2 white ones and a gray one, but I didn't have anything that was like in between super casual and nice. This one from Show Me Your Moo, open sleeve with the buttons in the back. So I thought this was really, really cute, and I liked it a lot. And it's just nice and flowy. I like that it's open in the back, so I would just wear like a lacy bralette. White top, which has a mild stain on it, but I'm okay with that because it is secondhand. So it's got the adjustable spaghetti straps, and it's just a white blouse, but this is a little bit more like fancy in terms of a top, but still very casual, so I could dress it up or down, but not just like a generic tank top if I was going out to dinner. I like that it has the adjustable straps, and it's double lined around the breast area. Stain in the back, but it's totally okay. I could probably get it out, and honestly I'll probably stain it myself, because I was wearing a white sports bra and literally before I even left the house I had a stain on it. I got this dress, which I just fell in love with. So this is an off-the-shoulder dress, Show Me Your Moo. It's super like just fun and cute, so I thought it would be just cute to wear like on summer nights, because it does get chilly here in LA. And the crazy thing is this one still has its tag on it. I got a great deal, all 3 pieces for $100 without shipping and tax, but with shipping and tax it became $116 and some change. That's the thing about shopping secondhand on Poshmark, Depop, or even at thrift stores, is even though you kind of have like a list of what you might want in your head, sometimes it's not very easy to do a capsule wardrobe shopping secondhand. You have to be very flexible, and that's why for the first year of doing a capsule I didn't do much secondhand shopping. I had to be very, very strict and kind of like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. And I think moving forward for summer, because I've already done a capsule wardrobe for a year now and I talk about it, there's a whole series you can catch up on. I think moving forward I will still practice like a bare bones capsule wardrobe each season, but then leave a small budget for secondhand shopping to add fun pieces to my wardrobe that are either through Poshmark, Depop, or thrifting, because I do want to get into thrifting and maybe even play with tailoring thrifted pieces. I asked on Instagram literally right before I started filming if you guys had any questions for me this week, and I don't think you did, or maybe you guys haven't seen that yet. I don't think you guys have seen the stories yet, which is bad on my part. Try and do Q&As at the end of these videos. I worked out yesterday, such a great workout with Jonathan Kowalski. I'm doing Getting Fit at 35 series over on my second channel. I'm trying to be like more active over there. Second channel has always been kind of like my passion project, and I haven't had time to put much energy into it, but I feel like this channel is very much on track. We're doing mindful beauty and we're doing my weekly budget check-ins, and anything that is beauty, mindful fashion goes here. But now everything else is just gonna go on the second channel that I'm still passionate about, which is Getting Fit at 35. Probably my workout brands I support is gonna go over there. You know, cooking stuff is gonna go over there. Travel was over there, but we haven't been traveling a lot. Whenever we do travel, that is where that lives. I encourage you guys to check out my second channel if you're interested. I will have it linked in the description box. And thank you so much for your continued support. I did send out my May monthly newsletter, which has the link to enter the giveaway. Make sure you sign up. I promise you I don't spam you. I only email you maybe once a month, and I run my giveaways through there. This is a small appreciation and thank you to you guys for your support, and it's a way for me to like communicate with you on a more personal level, as well as if there's something really important I need to share with you, I can email you that once a month, if once a month, because I did go all of 2019 without emailing you guys except twice. I really honor the fact that you give me your emails, and I try to respect that because I know I hate spam. If you do want new blog post notifications, you can sign up for that as well, and I'll email you when I upload or write a new blog post. The link is in the description box, or you can visit my blog serein.com and you can sign up there as well. Adding to it, but it's this bag, and I have the Goop Why Am I So Effing Tired supplements, and then I have a ton of skincare in here, a ton of makeup, lots of goodies, and I'm still gonna add to it. So I'm gonna add to it all month long, and then I'll select a winner from the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter before and you missed the May one, make sure you sign up so that you don't miss the June one. Guys, Wednesday I'm doing, sorry, that was side boob. Wednesday, I'm doing a whole video about no BS skincare, paring down skincare, like what you really need to maintain your skin's health and to protect it. I am also going to announce like the details of my updated kit with PCA Skin, and they also updated my code for the gift with purchase, which is now Serein 19. Full-size PCA Skin Hydrator Plus, which is a SPF 30. It's reef safe. You can use it every single day. It's your moisturizer and SPF in one. It's one of my favorite products from them, that and the sheer tint and the sheer tint eye. So you guys always ask what my SPF I prefer, and it's usually PCA Skin on my face. That being said, I'm really excited they're able to do that for you guys. If you do shop at PCA Skin and you want to use my code, you get that free gift with purchase. If you want to know more about the updated skincare kit, it's pretty much the same. We just updated the vitamin C because they have a new vitamin C. So I rave about PCA Skin vitamin C, and I am just such a huge fan of the vitamin C, and they actually upgraded the vitamin C to the newest one, which was the one I've been using. It is still available, and I talk about why I curated this kit. Basically, this kit is everything you need to have a really good basic skincare. What you'll want to add to it is an SPF, which if you buy products from PCA Skin, you can get that with a gift with purchase now. And two, you need a moisturizer for nighttime or a facial oil for nighttime. I did not include that in this kit because I truly feel like depending on your skin type and your needs, you will want to vary your nighttime hydrator. 4 basics of a good skincare is in here. I break down the basic skincare needs and ingredients and things to avoid in Wednesday's video. I'm going to start doing skincare by the decades. So I'm going to talk about skincare for teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, and maybe 50s. Everything kind of goes back to the basics of your skincare. So I wanted to start with the no BS skincare first, so you guys have a good idea of what you need to start, and then I'll start moving into different categories, like if you're acneic prone, you're dealing with hormonal breakouts and things like that, what to look for while I talk about my skincare kit, because I personally curated this with a brand I truly believe in that is very effective for skincare concerns. I also give you a lot of advice and tips so that you can go out into the world and find the right products that work for you, so you don't have to use my kit. I talk about also a couple brands I recommend that is available at the drugstore or at a little bit more affordable price point. Yeah, that video is coming up on Wednesday, but I wanted to announce it here. My kit is now live and my code is now live. I just really love the SPF. I use it pretty much every day, and it just protects my skin, plus it hydrates it a little, because sometimes SPF can be a little chalky, especially if you have a mineral SPF or a physical SPF, which I always recommend having in your SPF. This one just goes on beautifully. It's nice and hydrating. It's great underneath makeup. You can wear it alone. There's no white cast to it. And then I also really recommend the sheer tint eye to protect your eye area, and then the sheer tint. So those are 3 of my SPF must-haves from PCA Skin. And then I also just love the eye renewal gel from PCA Skin too. It's worked wonders for me. It's worked wonders for my friend who has really sunken eyes and fine lines around her eyes. And I could talk about PCA Skin favorites a lot. I also really love X-Linea. X-Linea is great. It's like Botox in a bottle. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on Wednesday, and of course every Sunday for a weekly check-in. Bye!